Hello, Oculus, and welcome to Barça Vibes, your home for all the latest news, analysis, and updates about FC Barcelona. Today, we have got a packed episode for you, featuring transfer updates, youth talents, breakthroughs, and also what are already triggering at the club. Stay tuned as we dive into Pablo Torre's move to Mallorca, Christensen's possible exit, Dumfries and Vanderson's links, Marc Casado's future, and finally, Virgili's latest chapter. Let's get right into it. Starting off with the news is Pablo Torre's move to Mallorca. The first major update is the confirmed move of Pablo Torre to LCD Mallorca at a fee of 5 million and with a 50% sell-on clause and also a buyback option. The talented 22-year-old attacking midfielder has been struggling for minutes under new manager Hansi Flick, despite his potential and creative spark. Torre found himself behind players like Pedri, Olmo, Fermin, and even Gavi when fit. Sources from within the club indicate that Flick prefers him very much, but due to the immense talents in the midfield, he can't guarantee Pablo Torre minutes, and therefore the player opted to move out to get more minutes elsewhere to sharpen his craft and build his capacity as a player. The move to Mallorca, however, is strategic. The island club, coached by Jagoba Aristati, plays a more structured but possession-friendly system that should give Torre space to operate in advanced positions. This move is seen as a development step by Torre's camp. Barca still believes in his future. That's why they inserted the buyback clause in case he surprises everyone and outshine, but wants him to gain La Liga experience with more maturity and consistency. Ironically, Barca's first game of the season is against Mallorca, and let's see how their move starts from there. Wishing Pablo Torre all the best, and let's hope he gains more minutes at Mallorca to help build his qualities as a player. Next up, let's talk about Andreas Christensen. The Danish centre-back was only one of Barca's most consistent performers during Xavi's league-winning season, and since then has struggled with injuries over the past 2 seasons, and that's why there are talks of a potential exit. Well, it boils down to financial needs and position depth too. Barca are reportedly open to offers around 30 to 35 million euros for Christensen, especially with Inigo Martinez staying, Pau Kubasi's excellent emergence, and Araujo expected to continue under Flick. The club needs to make at least one significant sale to balance their books and help operate under the long-awaited 1:1 salary rule in La Liga fully. Christensen is also one of the most sellable assets within the club. He arrived for free, performs at a high level, and has interest from Premier League clubs like Newcastle and Aston Villa, and also the Italian Serie A giant Juventus. From a footballing point of view, selling him would be a very good thing since he has been suffering with injuries and inconsistencies, and also at an economic angle is a smart sacrifice. Now let's dive into some transfer buzz. Dumfries of Inter Milan has been heavily linked with a summer move to Barcelona with a 25 million release clause, which may be a very good market opportunity if triggered. The Dutch right back has just 1 year left on his contract, and Inter may be forced to sell. Barca are reportedly monitoring his situation closely, as Dumfries would bring something the squad desperately needs: physicality and attacking output down the right flank, since he can play as a right wing back and most of the time as a right back in the Dutch national team. Last season, he registered 7 goals and 2 assists in Serie A and was instrumental in Inter's attacking transitions. Under Flick, who values wing overloads and overlapping runs, Dumfries could be a tactical asset. His profile is different from Koundé, who prefers to defend rather than attack. Dumfries is very much open to the move and is even willing to reduce his wages if signed. Expect him to rotate with Koundé at the right back position, and maybe could force Koundé to his natural centre back role. Barca are not putting all their eggs in the Dumfries basket. Another name emerging is Vanderson from Monaco. The 23-year-old Brazilian right back has been scouted for over a year by the Blaugrana club, and Deco is believed to be a big fan. Vanderson is versatile, able to play as a traditional fullback on both flanks or as an inverted one. He is technically sharp, has a good passing range, and is much younger than Dumfries, making him a potential long-term solution. However, Monaco are tough negotiators. They are reportedly asking for 25 to 30 million euros, and unless Barca make a sale first, possibly Christensen, they may not afford him. But it's clear that right back is a position of priority this summer, and either Dumfries or Vanderson could be signed, depending on how finances evolve. Let's move on to Marc Casado, the 21-year-old pivot who has quietly become a player of high interest across Europe. Clubs like Bayern and Chelsea are very much interested in him and have made inquiries about his availability. Casado is highly rated by the Barca coaching staff and seen as the natural physical defensive midfielder and possibly long-term replacement for the defensive midfield role, and with a potential of solving the defensive midfield position for many years, similar to what Sergio Busquets did at the club. His intelligence, positioning, and being a La Liga La Masia product makes him invaluable. Flick already values him very highly and has demanded the board not to sell him, but due to the financial issues of the club, it is heard they could listen to offers for him if the price reaches 100 million and above. The message from the club is clear: Casado is not for sale, and if you want him, 100 million is the amount that can make the club to consider selling him, since it is believed the midfield is crowded, and with the potential return of Marc Benham, who was tremendous the beginning of last season, can make the club rethink things. With tight budgets and a philosophy of promoting La Masia talents, keeping players like Casado could be the key to maintaining competitiveness while rebuilding. Finally, let's talk about the name on everyone's lips in youth football. Virgili, the 17-year-old winger, has just renewed his contract with the club after being promoted to the juvenile A team. Known for his pace, dribbling, and fearless approach, Virgili has drawn comparisons to early Ansu Fati. He has attracted interest from Premier League scouts, but Barca have made it a priority to protect him and integrate him gradually into higher levels. Fleck's coaching team is expected to watch him during preseason, and if he impresses, he could be fast-tracked into Barca under Rafa Marquez. He is being monitored under the emergence of some young talents that are being coached by Rafa Marquez. It's early days, but fans should keep a close eye on Virgili. He represents the new wave of La Masia attacking talent that could light up the Camp Nou in the next 2 to 3 years. That's all for today's update from Barca Vibes. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Barca news. What do you think about Pablo Torre's move? Should Christensen be sold? And who do you prefer, Dumfries or Vanderson? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and as always, Visca, our Barca, vamos!